So the story is a very personal story to me, but the theme of it is very universal. And I grew up with this woman, in my family. Is sort of inspired by the life of my great-grandmother, my grandmother, and my mother. I love this women very dearly, and I wanted to celebrate their strength and their suffering. So making this film is my gift to my family, but also to all the other women who may watch this and feel empowered to speak out and share their own narrative. So I was a child, really, wandering around the dinner table, when my grandmother and my great-grandmother would talk to each other. So many of the stories and anecdotes and traditions were learned throughout years of being in the family together. But it wasn't until I became older that I realized that this was a very rich inheritance that my family had given to me. And so I feel very lucky to have been the receiver of all this history, but also to have the ability to transform them into a different medium for the screen, a different art. So the impetus to make the film became a lot more personal. However, after the film was made and as I shared it with audiences around the world, I also realized that the situation wasn't unique to my family. This was something that existed in the lives of so many other women. So we released the film in May, and after 4 days, we had to withdraw the film from national theaters. And there were a combination of different factors. There was a big online abuse, really smear campaign targeting the actress and her mother. And as a director, my primary concern was for her safety, so we really wanted to protect her. But at the same time, it was also very interesting, I think, for me to observe, because even in 4 days, we had 40,000 admissions in the cinema. And this was unprecedented for any kind of art house movie that's ever been released in the country before. Because if we had made a mediocre film that nobody cared about, then perhaps the debates wouldn't have been so intense. But clearly we've made an important film that talk about a very, very dark part of Vietnamese history that gathered so much attention domestically and internationally. So it didn't surprise me at all that this would make some conservative people very nervous. So I had spent 8 months going to every single school in the country to cast for this role. Personally, I auditioned around 900 girls, but my casting team, saw a lot more girls even before I met them. And when Jamie came into audition, she actually was auditioning for a different role. But I noticed the way she was sitting and observing other people, and something struck me that there was an intelligence and sensitivity and maturity in this girl that I hadn't seen before. But even after audition, I still haven't decided. However, when Jamie went home and had a fight with her own parents, her mother doubted whether she would be able to act in this role or not, and she slammed the table and tell her mother, "Why did you not trust me? Why do you think I can't play this?" And so afterwards it was Jamie herself who talked to me and convinced me that she was the right actress for the part. And when I saw the strength in this very young girl, wanting to act and wanting to prove herself, all my doubt fell away, and she was it, and she was perfect. I think even though the story is set in the 19th century, the circumstances that surrounded the main character May is actually still quite common. young girls in developing nations around the world, are still being put in arranged marriage, underage marriages, and so many of them are in circumstances beyond their control. And this film has been to more than 70 film festivals around the world now. And at every country I go to, without fail, someone from the audience would come to me and share that watching the film felt like watching the life of their mother or their grandmother or a woman they used to know. I am so incredibly honored and grateful that I get a chance to share this story, my first film, in Japan, the birthplace of so many incredible artists and filmmakers. And being able to screen the film in Japan is such a special, thing for me. I particularly would like to thank young Japanese artists, specifically female artists, for allowing me to be here, for embracing this film. And I hope that by seeing this film, you too would feel empowered to share your own narrative.
Thế bao giờ chị lấy chồng? Vậy chị sẽ lấy ai làm chồng? Thế chị sẽ là vợ thứ mấy?
Mợ Xuân cũng chưa phải là bà chủ chính thức đâu, vì mợ ấy đã sinh cho ông chủ cậu con trai nào đâu.
Tôi muốn có con trai.
Em khỏe đâu.
ここは桃源郷かカゴの鳥か
Sao em?
Các anh tiếp tục như vậy nhé.
Vâng.
Em phải giả vờ là thích thì anh mới thích được. Chị Hà chỉ cảm thấy được khi anh Hùng mạnh bạo một chút.
Mạnh bạo á?
Em đừng ăn ổi. Nóng cho em bé lắm đấy. Thầy đừng chiều chuộng mợ ấy quá. Sơn cũng đã đến tuổi lấy vợ rồi.
Con Hà cắt cô chứ?
Em đâu có làm gì sai. Chị đã từng bị như vậy trước đây rồi. Số phận đã là thế.
Spike Lee が見出した新たなる才能に世界中が絶賛。移りゆく季節、色づく予感。今女たちのドラマが幕を開ける。第三夫人と髪飾り。